to you by EA Sports. It's the Broncos and the Vikings, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Denver Broncos taking on the champions from the NFC, the Minnesota Vikings.
Brandon going alongside my good friend Charles Davis and CD the Broncos. Quite a circuitous route to get to this Super Bowl. They were winners of Super Bowl 50 in Santa Clara, you remember. Didn't make the playoffs the next 5 years, going a combined 32 and 48. But now here they are back in the big one.
It's hard to hear that 32 and 48 record that you just cited, because we're used to Denver being one of the elite franchises in the NFL. This is their 9th appearance in the big game. Only the Patriots have appeared more, and they have won it 3 times. Twice with John Elway as their quarterback in the late 90s, and then, as you mentioned, Super Bowl 50 when John Elway was their general manager.
Meanwhile, the Minnesota Vikings are back in the big game for the 5th time in franchise history, but we all know one thing has eluded them all these years.
And that's an actual Super Bowl victory, partner. They're 0-4 in their previous visits, Super Bowls 4, 8, 9, and 11. And boy, they had some great teams too, didn't they? Bud Grant was their head coach, Fran Tarkenton a quarterback, Alan Page and the Purple People Eaters on defense. They were all Hall of Famers. And don't forget Paul Krause. He's a very proud member of that great secondary they had. So we're going back more than 40 years since their last visit. You think the state of Minnesota is excited about this one? I know they are. They're ready to get this one going.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
And he's been sensational all season long, but he saved his best work for the playoffs, leading his guys to the AFC Championship a couple of weeks ago. And now he knows what lies ahead. He's going to need to play a near-perfect 4 quarters of football to get his guys to the finish line.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Elway. A dump off for Davis. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 5 yards on the game's first play, 2nd down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so, and gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
On 2nd down, Davis. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
The scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. Now it's Elway. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
Defensively, you really can't script the start much better. You get a 3 and out and a sack.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that. They kept him short of a 1st down on 1st and 2nd down, and then on 3rd down they pick up a sack. What tremendous momentum for them to start this game.
The Broncos send out their punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3 and out on the opening drive of the game. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he comes in off of a tremendous game in the NFC Championship round 2 weeks ago. This has been a team all season long that's really taken their identity from their quarterback, and he's been very vocal in days leading up to this game that he believes that this is their time, and he's going to do all he can to will them to a Super Bowl win.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Cunningham. Throw right side complete to Carter. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Then we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now, if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you scramble a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And this is caught. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there. 52 yards. And the Vikings are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
Yeah, the next-gen stats showing that at an even 57 yards through the air. Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18. So now the second drive offensively coming up for the Denver Broncos. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Despite a little sizzle on the move, he's still tackled shy of the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there. They'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a handoff looking right. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
On 3rd and 1, it's Elway. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now. Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're just trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's Cunningham. That's going to be caught by Moss. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big connection on that one. 34 yards.
Well, after the standard 2-week layoff, you always wonder how's your offense going to respond and come out and play here in the Super Bowl. Well, they got a great answer right there and almost a sigh of relief on that side of the field because now they've got to feel like they can use their entire playbook and game plan for this one.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. A handoff to Smith. The Pro Bowler, Chris Harris, is in on the tackle.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure we're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now Cunningham. Flush to his right, and he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A 1st down carry for Smith. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
Ball resting on the 10-yard line. It's 2nd and 1. Cunningham. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, that takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Cunningham to throw. Looking for the end zone. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. This will be a 37-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here to add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll rumble for about 6 up across the 20 to the 22. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Broncos football as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 2nd and 4 coming up. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Davis. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and set them down.
Davis, he'll try to run for it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35.
They really needed to get something going, didn't they? They punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Coming up on 2nd and 7. Now a handoff to Davis. And that one goes for about 6 as he's taken down just shy of the 45.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
The Broncos on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Here's a give to Davis. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive they went 3-and-out.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Davis. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
In our years together, we've never really run into a player that's admitted a doubt or a lack of confidence, right? But right now, I'm just wondering about that interior line because on defense, they're starting to get manhandled at the point of attack. Do they have it in them to figure a way to reverse the tide? Because right now, they're running the ball at will.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now they'll throw it with Elway. He'll air it out deep for Thomas.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
This offense has converted 2 third downs on this drive already. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Elway to throw.
They'll drop this off for Davis.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Elway. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. So they'll trudge off the field with a bitter taste in their mouths after that failed 4th down conversion.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of analysis there on the sidelines. Was it the right call? Was it against the right defense? Should they have even gone for it at all? Will that change what they do going forward in this game? A lot of questions to be answered by them. The defense doesn't really care. They're like, bring it on again. We'll stop you the next time, too.
Now a 1st down throw, Cunningham. And that's incomplete.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in a spot where the only people who can make a play on it are the trainers and the coaches. Well done.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. A play fake. Now Cunningham. That one caught by Carter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him, and he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 46. Here's a give to Smith. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again.
And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. Coming up at intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line.
We get another look now at this Broncos offense.
They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Elway. He finds Smith out of the backfield. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A huge play there for Denver.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. That's complete to Sharp. And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Working with a 2nd and 3.
Here's Elway. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
To the right side and complete to Thomas. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is good. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So they do get the 3 points before they hit halftime. Something to build on, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and raise the banner, right? Wave the flag. That's good. Got points. And now, as you said, they've got something to build on as they get ready for the second half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to an abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. First order of business, though. Let's get a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for Denver. And they did not do much at all in terms of throwing the football in those first two quarters. That's going to need to improve if they want to erase this deficit. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
Okay, Coach, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl.
This fielded right at the goal line.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.